everybody, this is Brooke, aka Supernatural Summer 34, and today we are back at it with another speed build. Today we built a red, well, it's in the trailer park in Strangerville, but it's not really much of a trailer. I think if you wanted, you could probably make it a tiny home though. Anyway, it's just a small one-bedroom, one-bath house. If you couldn't tell by the red theme, it's a house for my not-so-berry Sims future spouse. I'm hoping to get the first episode out soon, but I've been busy with school and friends, and I've been doing a lot of building. I actually have another speed build coming soon. It's a community lot because I'm trying to fill the lower part of Strangerville with things. I'm thinking about building Beck, the girl from yesterday's video, a house as well. She already has one, but it was built by someone else who is a fantastic builder, by the way, but I'm trying to give Strangerville my own touch. I know that the lab that Marilyn works at will not be built by me though, because that sounds nerve-wracking, and I'm not that good of a builder. It'll be built by Simlissy, who built Beck's current house. Anyway, Simlissy is a great builder, but she's on break right now because she just had a baby, and that's so great for her. I'll link her channel in the description of this video. But on to the stories, which I am running out of, by the way, but I managed to scrounge up a few more. I don't know how I haven't told this story before, but it's set when I was about 4. My sister was around 3. Now, at the time, my mom worked at Burger King, and she worked the early shift, so every morning at around 2 or 3, my mom would have to wake up my sister and I up and take us to our babysitters. My babysitter was my aunt at the time, and interesting thing about being babysat by her, pretty much the only thing she had to snack on was cold hot dogs. So little baby Brooke was eating cold hot dogs for like snacks and breakfast and stuff like that. Looking back, I don't know how I did it. I feel like hot dogs are one of those things that every kid loved, and then once they reach a certain age, they realize how nasty they are. Which, another sidetrack, I've realized that I like bologna, but I don't like hot dogs. They're basically the same thing, right? So why don't I like hot dogs? Anyway, my mom dropped my sister and I off at our aunt's, and my aunt put us to bed before she went to bed herself. Well, little Brooke apparently wasn't very sleepy because I woke up maybe 2 hours later. So I woke up and I was like, I want to go for a walk, which, by the way, is an incident that has not repeated since. But I woke my sister up and it was kind of cold outside, so I bundled my sister up in clothes, but I put them over her pajamas. I just wore my pajamas without any extra clothing. But then we were off. I'm not sure how I managed to open the door, but I did, and we began walking. Now, I must have wanted to go home or something because I started leading my sister out of the trailer park we were in and onto the busiest road in my town. We walked on the side of the road because little Brooke at least knew that the middle of the road is where cars drive. We don't make it very far before someone spots us though, and you'll never guess who spotted us. It was a cop. So the cop picked us up, and I have absolutely no idea how he found out that I needed to be with my aunt, because I didn't know addresses, phone numbers, any of that. I probably didn't even know what town I was in. Heck, my sister thought Michigan was a country for the longest time, so I don't know how he found my aunt's house. But he delivered us back there to my aunt, who was freaking out. I'm pretty sure my mom was there by that point as well, because my aunt had likely contacted her as soon as we went missing. But after that, my sister and I had locks on our bedroom door. Locks that were unlocked from the outside. But I have officially run out of stories to tell, so you get to deal with my rambling. But as I said earlier, this build is in Strangerville, which is one of the few desert worlds that we have. We have Oasis Springs and Strangerville, and they're both based off of the American Southwest. I suppose the style of build in Oasis Springs alludes to Mexico as well, but I'd really like to see more desert worlds. Actually, I wish that the Sims team would just give us more base game worlds, because they gave us one, which was Newcrest, and that was one that was added after the game's release, and I feel like it's about time for another one. Even if they decided to not give them to us for free, I feel like a $10 pack that's just like worlds, like maybe like 3 of them would be really nice. They could be just like Newcrest too, where there are no townies. I don't know. I'm desperate for another world because I feel like we keep getting very similar worlds. We have the standard suburbia, which is Willow Creek, Newcrest, Brindleton Bay, and Brightchester. And then we have more deserty worlds like Oasis Springs, Delso Valley, and Strangerville. Then there's like city kind of worlds, which is like San Myshuno, Evergreen Harbor, and maybe Magnolia Promenade. And the final category is worlds that have a more diverse style, but you can still kind of categorize it as like Eurasia. Like, they're not focusing on America. I mean, obviously Japan and Germany have very different styles, but they all give me the vibe of we're Americans who did nothing other than a basic Google search to find out what houses in these places look like. And those are worlds like Windenburg, Sulani, and Mount Komorebi. Also, 3 out of 4 of our most recent worlds have like a lot of pine trees. Like, pine trees aren't cute unless it's Christmas time. I need something different than that. But you know what I want? I want a world that is like just plains. A world with a lot of sky, not many trees, just open grass all around you. That's my dream place to live. Is somewhere where it's constantly windy and it doesn't get super cold, and like even being able to have tornadoes in The Sims would be really cool. I feel like if they did a farming pack based around the northern part of the American South, so like that's like Kentucky, Tennessee, that kind of area, I'd be so disappointed if they didn't include some kind of windstorm, like a dust storm or tornadoes. There's no extreme weather in The Sims, and it bothers me. Another kind of world I would like is like an African-based world, and this would probably have to be split into multiple worlds because Africa is very diverse. But like a new desert world based off of Egypt, and it could be very lore and history-based, and it might be a bit touristy, but I want the main focus to be the history of this Egyptian-based world in The Sims. We could have something like in Jungle Adventure where you explore the tombs, and if you steal something from them, your sim has a chance of dying because of curse, or maybe a higher power kind of strikes you with lightning when you walk out of the tomb. But this African world cannot be riddled with disease. People can't be poor. I don't want them to represent Africa as some wasteland, even if it isn't actually called Africa, because, you know, there are parts of Africa that are booming and doing really well. But another area of Africa I'd like to represent is the jungles of Africa, and maybe with that pack we could get the ability to build tree houses. I'm not sure what else I'd like there, but I love worlds with lush and colorful landscaping. Like, I wish we had the ability to live in Salvadorada so badly. But we are coming up on the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you all soon.